Hello, I'm Batman. Just kidding, everybody. It's me, Ryan Fontenot with Rage Ministries, where together we are reaching a generation endangered, and I have a hot topic today. It's that time of year, and we've got to talk about it once again. It's the question that every Christian family is wrestling with now or has wrestled with in the past. What do we do this time of year when it comes to... Hang on real quick, and we'll get right into it. What's good, everybody? Again, Ryan Fontenot here, Rage Ministries, where together we are reaching a generation endangered. Hey, today I want to just tackle a subject that for some of us may be like, are we seriously still talking about this? For others, we are like, we must be talking about this. And for some of us, we're like, I don't even know what to think about this. And it is that time of year. October's coming, because if you've been out in any store, if you've been online, then you've seen it. It is, it's Halloween time. Do you realize this, that Halloween is now the second highest grossing holiday in the United States? I can't believe that. The second highest grossing holiday of the year. You got it. Right behind Christmas. So what do we do with Halloween, this devil's holiday? What do we do with the demons, the ghouls, the witches? What do we do with the evil spirits? Well, I believe as Christ followers, there are three ways that we can approach this particular holiday. And might I dare say, every single holiday. So let's jump right into it. How do we handle Halloween? I believe when it comes to handling Halloween, there are three ways, three approaches, three specific directions we can head as followers of Jesus with how we handle this. Now, before I give you my three ways, I want to just pause and say this up front. My ways when it comes to this are not necessarily your ways. I don't believe that what I'm going to tell you today is the end all be all. I just believe it's helpful for us to think through this holiday and again, any other holiday, and let's begin to wrestle with, hey, how do we handle this? In particular, the one of Halloween, where it seems to have some satanic, demonic, at the very least, pagan roots, where we realize that so much of what is celebrated and what is demonstrated at this holiday in particular does lean to a very dark and demonic point of view. So, what do we do with this? Well, I believe number one, when it comes to Halloween, as Christ followers, number one, we can just absolutely all out, full on reject it. That's right. I believe, number one, we can reject it. We can say we will not celebrate it. We will not talk about it. We will not tolerate it. It will not go down in our house. We're not turning on the light. We're not giving out candy. We're not dressing up as Cinderella, Superman, or, yes, even Batman. No, we will have nothing, zero, zilch, nada to do with this day. And it will be a stance that we take. We will separate from the darkness. We will come out from among them and be separate, says the Lord. We will completely reject the holiday. And as for me and my house, we will have zero to do with this day. Now, I believe that is an approach we can take as followers of Jesus. We can completely and totally separate ourselves and our family from this holiday because of what it has potentially become, because of where it has come from, and because of what it seems to elevate. So I would say option number one for you and your family is simply reject it. Have nothing to do with it. Don't celebrate it. Don't buy into it. Completely cut your, cut yourself and your family off from this holiday. That is option number one. Now, Option number two, I believe, is one that you can go on the whole other end of the spectrum, and that is this: not rejecting it, but we can actually receive it, or what I would like to say, revel in it. That is this. I know people who genuinely love Jesus. I have friends of mine who genuinely walk with the Lord. They love Jesus. I don't doubt that at all. And these people, they're all in. They have reveled, they have received, they are in on Halloween. They decorate the yard, they do the spook house thing in their driveway. I mean, they have completely gone all in. They hand out candy, and might I say, good candy. They do face painting, but they have the skulls and crossbones. They have the graveyard set up in the front yard. When people come up, it ain't no ding dong, trick or treat, here's your candy. It is full on. We're in, we're scaring you. We have jumped all in, and you know what? We're just going to have fun. It's all pretend. It's a day for us to just get dressed up, to act like we're cut up, to do the blood, to do the scary stuff. It's just one of those things they've chosen to go all in on. So I would say number one, you could have you and your family completely reject it. You could say, I need to stop doing that. You could say, we're not having anything to do with Halloween. It will not happen in my house. Or you could swing the pendulum to the entire other direction, and that is you could receive it. You could say, hey, we're not all out. We're actually all in, and our house is going to be the house that the whole neighborhood talks about because it is going to be Spookville to the max. But I do believe there is a third option. And I believe this is more or less where a lot of Christian families have come. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you where me and my family have landed. Now, again, I would say this. I'm not saying what we've landed on is right for you, but I'm saying for us, this is where we've landed. So you can reject it, you can receive it or revel in it, or I believe a third possibility is to redeem it. That is, how can we as Christ followers take this holiday that is already set aside, that is already being celebrated, that people are going all in on this, the second leading grossing holiday of the year. People are in it. And we can say, you know what we're going to do? We're not going to totally reject it and say, no, not in my house, homeboy. We're not going to receive it and go, come on, Spookvilla 101, let's get it. But we're going to redeem it. We're going to participate, but we're going to leverage this day to actually be light in a very dark moment. We're going to leverage this day to not run from the culture, but to run into the culture, to not run with them and not run from them, but to run to them. And I believe this is a pretty incredible way for you and I to get creative on how we can take a holiday that can be very dark, can be very gross and grotesque. Now, let me just tell you, I am not a gross person. I'm not a person who likes being scared. I'm not a guy who likes horror movies. That is not my jam. Just want to let you know. Not my deal. If you call me up and you're like, hey, Ryan, let's go watch the latest scary movie, or hey, let's go check out Poltergeist, one of the cult nope. Nope, busy, not coming, ain't gonna happen. Don't even think about it. So for me, the whole receiving it is not my jam. The whole rejecting it is an idea that honestly once I believe, man, this is what we should do. But this whole truth of redeeming it, of actually saying, how can we as followers of Jesus not just merely run from it or run into it, but to run to it? I like it. So how can we be light? Some people would see that as, well, I'm going to dress up like Jesus on Halloween. Cool, go for it. I mean, let's be honest. You walk up in somebody's house and they're like, hey, who are you? You're like, Jesus. That is a way to start a conversation. So that's one you could redeem it that way. Another way is to say, hey, we're just going to be light. We're going to dress up, but we're not going to be a witch or a goblin or a demon or a devil. We're not going to do the Thrasher thing. We're going to, I'm going to be Batman. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So there's different ways you can handle this where you're not totally running with them, but you're running to them, and you can redeem Halloween in a real way. I mean, let's think about it. This is one of the only holidays, and I don't know if there's another one. If there is, somebody drop it in the comments. If I'm not thinking about it, drop it in the comments. But I think this is the only holiday where people come knock on your door. And I'm like, hello, what an opportunity. It's not me going door to door. It's now them coming to my door. So how can I take a moment and be a blessing and be a light? How can I, in this moment, use you knocking on my door? Most of the people coming to my door are going to be from my neighborhood. How can I demonstrate and declare Jesus in this moment? There are different ways people have thought about this. Again, they give out nice candy. I think one of the best ways to be a good witness in this time is to give out good candy. I ain't throwing nobody under the bus, but don't give no off-brand, knick-knack 55-cent snack to somebody. I know a friend who gives away like full candy bars, or maybe all of us can't do that, and that's cool. But they give away full candy bars, and people all over the neighborhood, the word spreads quick. Go to that house; they got the good stuff. We can celebrate. We can say hello. We can smile when people come to our doors. We can actually be kind. We can take a chance to meet some of our neighbors. And I think this is a big one for me in my neighborhood. I've met so many of my neighbors just being out on Halloween. Why? Because everybody's out. If I'm over here and I'm just rejecting it, then what happens is that I miss an opportunity to meet a neighbor that may usually just drive in, hit the garage door button, shut it down, and go in after work, and I never get a chance to interact with. So this one really gives me a chance to interact with them. So I can give good candy. I can be kind. I know some of my friends who've set up bounce houses and stuff in their front yard. So literally, the kids are like, this is where we want to go. Again, it gives an opportunity to connect, to talk, to build the relationships, to say, hey, let's have some fun. It doesn't all have to be about demons and ghosts and witches and murder and that kind of stuff, but it can really be about, hey, this is a night to have fun. This is a night for the community to come out and us to meet neighbors and to eat too much candy, good candy, and those types of things. And so you can set up something in your front yard that's inviting. One of the things that we do, you may think it's cheesy with a capital Z, but I'm just saying this. One of the things that we do is we give out good candy, but we also attach something that is about Jesus or the gospel on there. One year we just made up little business cards that had the gospel outline on it and just stapled it on there. And so you may do that. Trust me, Pinterest is way more creative than I am. So look in Pinterest and see what they may have. Look up a YouTube guide, that says, hey, what could we do? Ideas for Halloween. And by the way, our next video will be about ideas that you can have for Halloween. So be looking for that. And so I would just say, when it comes to Halloween, we can do a few things. We can receive it, go all in, ghosts, ghouls, goblins, demons, blood, knives, we're in for it all. By the way, I'm not sure that's the best way to go. We can reject it. We can run, hide, lock the door, turn off the lights. Nah, not in my house. Bye-bye. Not today, Satan. We could do that. All right, you could do that. I don't know that that's the best way to handle it either. Or we can look for opportunities and ways to redeem it, ways to be light in the darkness. So, what do you think? Where are you? Do you on the rejecting it? Do you on the receiving it? Are you on the redeeming it? Where are you? What are ideas that you and your family have actually done at Halloween? Oh, what are you doing this season? Drop a comment below. Let us know. Listen, this ain't Judgment Zone. This is, hey, let's all grow. Let's all get better. Because I believe that God has called us to be light in the darkness, and it's hard to be light in the darkness if you're never around the darkness. So I personally and my family, we try to find ways to creatively redeem Halloween. I'll be dropping a video next about that, so make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss it. Little ideas that we've had, that we've heard, that we've seen, and even that we've done. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this is encouraging to you some. Halloween's coming whether you like it or not, and so I would encourage you to find a way and decide, hey, as a family, what are we going to do? Are we going to receive it? Are we going to reject it? Are we going to try to find a way to redeem it? I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for the next video that's coming out with tips, tricks, and ideas that we have to help redeem Halloween this year.